Um, I guess on Saturday you guys played a very good full court press defense, but then Bluefield made you guys kind of get off of that full court press. What went wrong in Saturday's game that led to that 1 point loss?
I think it was just kind of, what was our first game? We were trying different things because we knew throughout the season we had to play different types of defenses and experiment with different things. So we can't really rely on one set defense. We need different types of game plans. So basically, everybody just needed to step up a little bit harder and work a little bit harder, and I think that's where we lacked. So, and also our shots weren't falling that game either. So. Yeah.
It's such a new team this year. That was your first look of how it would go on Saturday. What's your take on this team overall as a whole? A lot of players, having to step up for players that are no longer with the team.
Yeah, I think this year it's interesting because we don't have any real superstars. Everyone's very good, and we're good at working together. So that makes almost for a stronger team. We all need to step up and work together more instead of relying on somebody to just run like a play at the end of the game to hopefully get 2 points. All of us need to step up defensively, offensively, and basically every aspect. So I think that is definitely something different this year, and it's a positive thing, I think.
Last year, going in, everybody was saying the goal was to go undefeated and win nationals. And on paper at the beginning of the year, that was really realistic. And then injuries and everything played out, and it didn't go as planned. What are the goals and expectations going into this year? I mean, the undefeated thing's already...
Yeah. Well, this year we definitely have the same goals to be successful and win and get to nationals. But I think we're trying to focus more one game at a time. We don't want to think too far ahead because I think last year we got a little bit ahead of ourselves and thought that we kind of already were going to get there because of our talent and we could just rely on that. But we have to rely on other things as well. So I think we definitely learned a lesson with that and to take it one game at a time.
What are you bringing as a senior class? What do you want to bring to the team?
We definitely want to bring more positivity as a senior class and basically be there for the kids underneath of us and just teach them, be better role models for them, just bring more positivity to the team. Just kind of be there for them more so they don't feel uncomfortable or feel like they can't tell us things or vent to us whenever they need to. I think that's the most important thing is to learn from each other.
Strengths of this year's team?
I think that we definitely all get along more on and off the court, and we have, which will eventually make for a better chemistry towards the end, which I think that's what we're building up towards, instead of it being a little bit uncomfortable. Not uncomfortable, but we just had a different mix of people last year, and I think this year everybody kind of meshes a little bit better.
So Alexa's senior year, what are you looking to accomplish this year as a team?
Well, as always, we're always looking to go to the national championships. Unfortunately, last year we didn't make it, and the years that I've been here, we made it, but we lost in the first round. So our goal as a team and personal goal is definitely to make it past the first round in nationals.
Just going back to the injury you suffered going into Saturday's game. One, how did your ankle feel going into the game, and after the game, is the ankle still feeling all right?
Yeah, it's actually a lot better. I'm obviously getting older, and my body's starting to shut down a little more and more every day. But all you have to do is take some Advils before game, and it'll be fine. But it is. I've been doing PT with myself and also with Adam and them, and it's been feeling a lot better. So it's almost at 100%.
Good.
What are the strengths of this year's team? Is it defense? Is it outside shooting? Or what is it?
Honestly, I would like to say the first game did not really show as well, our stats as well as I wanted it to be, but I think shooting, we have a lot of great shooters. We didn't execute on Saturday, but I would say we have a solid 6 3-point shooting game, so whenever we're on, we're going to be on fire and light up our 3-point shooting for sure.
Talk to us about the importance of having the defense turn into offense. Is that something that you're trying to have the press turn into points going the other way? Is that an emphasis on the team?
Yes, especially during our scramble. Whenever we run our scramble, we have a lot of quick people that can take the ball and execute on the offensive side. Obviously, we didn't show that again last game, but if we D up, which is what we need to start doing more too as well, and we can get easy shots because our coach just kind of changed our game plan after seeing last game into a fast game because we can do that. We can run up the court, and all we just need to work on is finishing. So, yes.
Staying with defense, you played the man-to-man, the little pressure at the beginning of the first quarter, and then once you went into the second quarter, it was more of a 2-3 zone. What do you prefer seeing just based on that one game?
Well, my preference, I love to scramble because I love to run around the court and try and get steals, and I think that's what we're good at. But unfortunately, whenever we actually play really, really good teams in our conference, that's not going to cut it because there's a lot of open shots. So we do have to work on our zone more, but I feel like we are better on the ball and denying and getting steals that way.
In the first half, you guys caused a lot of turnovers because of your full court press. Now, in the second half, it wasn't as successful as it was in the first half. You did force 26 for the game. But were you guys getting a little tired there in the second half with your full court press? Is that why it stopped being as successful and giving them more open shots?
I think it was more so that they caught on because our scramble is a very easy press to break whenever you get it because you have the two guards that fly around and just try and run and get the ball. So as soon as you kind of catch on and start making shots, it's very easy to break. So that's what good teams will catch on to. Like, it's normally every time we run it, it's the first minute we can get as many steals, and then people realize what's going on.
You're never afraid to shoot the three. At least you weren't last year. Are you guys sticking with that? Like, you're perfectly fine with taking those outside shots, or would you rather stick to the more high percentage shots?
Yes, I'm still. Well, me personally, or as
you
a team
and
in
the
general?
team.
I believe that we are going to start shooting a lot more threes, and hopefully, which we will, start making a lot more too, but our layups need to go down as well. But our three-point shot game, I believe that's going to be a very strong point in our games this year.
You're obviously a guard, but what do you feel your post players bring to the table? Do you feel like there's a consistent scoring threat down low, be it Carly Force or Buleka or whoever, that you're confident in?
Yes, actually, those are definitely the top two. Carly Force, is, as Coach states too, is our best passer on the team. She's not only a scorer, which she can score, but she can also find the open player, which is an assist, which is just as good as scoring. And Bailey this year, I already saw this year starting to step up with rebounds, which is awesome, and she should be an offensive threat as well too because she's a lot taller than she's our tallest one on the team and hopefully taller than most of the players, and she's developing her post game, which is nice.
Is there an emphasis to rebound as a team? Like everybody needs to hit the boards. Aside from Force or Buleka, you don't have a ton of height. Is there an emphasis of that on the team?
Yes, we actually went over that recently in practice after our first game, but Nia is also a big rebounder, which goes to show she's the shortest on the team but can get in there. So a lot of us like to take off before that, but now Coach is re-emphasizing that we all need to crash the boards.
Do you pay attention to where you are within the KIAC? I mean, you're picked, I believe, third overall in the conference. Do you look at that? Are you worried about that? Are you just taking care of yourself, or how much do you keep an eye on around the KIAC and try and ultimately be the number one team? But
yes, I have seen that, and for the past 4 years, this is the lowest I think we've been actually, and I take that as a plus because for the 4 years that I've been here, it was always like, oh, we're number one, we can walk over teams, it was all in our head. But now we got a wake-up call that, hey, we're number 3, so we're the underdogs, which I love being the underdogs because it will give us time to execute and shine and prove people wrong.
I mean, last question would be, last year, semifinals of the KIAC at Asbury, what was the takeaway from that, and was that with you kind of all off-season, and are you bringing that to this year? The fact that you came up short in the conference, or was that positive and negative? A good season, 25-5, or how did you take when it was all said and done the end of last year?
Well, honestly, I don't even think of 25-5 as a good season, me personally, because we lost. Because we haven't lost in the past 3-4 years. So I take that as a positive side because our team last year, half of us didn't even care. Like, you saw that people just like gave up. Like, some people just didn't even want to play anymore. So this is like kind of a complete turnaround where everyone actually wants to be there, and it's actually time to go, and we have the opportunity and potential to do it. So we need to do better than last year to keep our Point Park name.